Morning everybody. So an easy day today, just a 16-kilometre stroll into Havelock, and it's all going to be pretty flat. So I don't know, 16k probably take me three and a half hours to wander in there. But man, talk about got spoilt yesterday. I think I mentioned when I rocked up they gave me a muffin, nice and hot straight out of the oven, gave me a proper towel, excuse me. So I had 2 showers, but then I went into the kitchen to cook my dinner, and someone recognised me from Queen Charlotte and knew I'm doing TA. Next minute, I'm getting a bowl of stew. Then this lovely German couple, they turned around and gave me these pancakes, these savoury pancakes with all these cheese in it. They gave me 2 of those, and then turned around and had a whole heap of leftover roast vegetables, had roast beetroot, oh man, it was just nice. I just piled up this big bowl. So I had to insist on helping them do the dishes, so one of them could look after their 2 little kids. So yeah, just an amazing little stay there. Unexpectedly, the people just made it brilliant. I may have mentioned yesterday too, Speedy, he was sailing back this morning with Blue Bridge, and there's 2 ferries over Cook Strait, Blue Bridge and then into Islander, and they just sent him a message yesterday, said yeah, your ferry's cancelled, and yesterday's Saturday. So he rang them straight away, left a message, said, I need to get there as quick as I can. Can you get me on the next available sailing? And they said, yep, we've got you on the next one, that's Wednesday. So I don't know what happened in Picton last night with a whole boatload of people suddenly being cancelled. At least Gareth and, or Speedy as we call him, and Matt had tents, so they could sort of just get back to the camping ground, and they just need a little bit of grass and they're okay. But I hope there weren't people sleeping in cars and stuff. And then talking to the couple from Germany who are feeding me, they were on Blue Bridge this morning. And I said, oh no, just be careful, it's not cancelled. And they had a look, wasn't cancelled. 10 minutes later, bang, they're cancelled as well. So they acted really quickly, because they've got a little family, they've got 2 young kids and a camper, and managed them to get themselves on the Inter-Islander sailing this morning. So obviously those boats are bigger, so they can handle maybe rougher conditions. So it looks like the Inter-Islander's sailing at the moment and Blue Bridge isn't. And when you look around, I mean, it's just not a breath of wind. It's sort of hard to imagine, but apparently over in Wellington the weather's pretty bad over there. Maybe there's just a big swell, I don't know, but just be careful. It looks like there's no redundancy with Blue Bridge. If they cancel, man, you can be held up for 5 days or something. So even as a foot passenger, we get a discount if you're on the Te Araroa, if you go with the Inter-Islander, and maybe safer to book into Islander, even if Blue Bridge is cheaper. Anyway, I'll push on to Havelock. Probably not a lot to show you today, but if there is, you'll see it. Bye. I feel like I'm being watched. What's happening, guys? What's happening? Gee, everybody come have a look. And if I stand here long enough, I think the whole paddock's going to come over. What's going on, guys? I don't know what's so exciting. Only ones that haven't realised is there's a couple over here. Yeah, this is the Linkwater Bar and Tavern and Cafe. I'm sure that would be pretty cool inside with a lot of stories, but unfortunately it's closed. But if you end up coming through Linkwater later than me, probably a good place to go and get a nice feed, I'd say. Definitely tidal in here. Just walking into Havelock now, and you can just see that point coming down in the middle of my screen. So we're going to walk around to there and around that point, and somewhere in the bay behind there is Havelock. So I've been showing little snippets of this walkway into Havelock as I've been going along, and it's actually been created entirely by volunteers from the local community. So pretty much from the moment I finished Queen Charlotte Sound all the way into Havelock, the local community have done this. So basically I don't have to walk down this little road here on the left. Every now and then you come up to it, but then generally drop back down to the water and keep going. And I know the track also takes you all the way into Picton as well. And I meant to say, if any of those volunteers who create and maintain that track are watching, thanks for your effort, much appreciated. So this is just one small section. They haven't managed to get the path through, but it just shows you how good those volunteers are, because I'd be walking down a road like this the whole way if it wasn't for them. Well, the volunteers that do the track haven't accidentally missed a section or had a section they can't link. I'm meant to be up there somewhere, but that track up there drops back down to this road, and I'm too far gone before I realised I've missed a sign. So I'll just relink with the track around a couple of corners up here. So there we go. I should have actually come out of here, but I can relink with the trail now. Bit of a new footbridge on the side of the road here, and I can see the track. I'm back on trail now, up through there. So a bit of a climb as we head into Havelock. Beautiful views, and this bay round to the right, that's the one I've walked along just down there on the right side to get up to this point. So this view we're getting now, the Queen Charlotte track we did, is actually on the right hand side of that one, and then we popped out over that side, and as I mentioned before, that's the bay I sort of came around to get to where I am. Well, this is my first proper look at Havelock. I know, I guess it's a reasonable sized little town, but it's a bit deceiving because there's one or two boats in the marina out the front here. But I'm just hoping, I think there's a local Foursquare and something in there. I hope it's a reasonable size and it's open today. If I can get in there and there's enough in there for me to do my resupply for the Richmond Rangers, that means I can hit the trail and keep going tomorrow. If not, I'll have to wait till tomorrow till it opens, or find a way through to Nelson or Blenheim to do the resupply. The reason I didn't do a bounce box, it hasn't arrived, but obviously I've got that little logistical issue of replacing my pack because the frame punctured through the bottom. My dodgy repair has held up so far, so fingers crossed. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to try and limp that through the Richmond Rangers as well. So anyway, we'll get down there in the Havelock and see what it's all about. Bye. A gorgeous church, and it's Anglican church, and I was pretty disappointed. Last time I got to my Anglican church and had communion was in Kerry, and one thing on trail, you lose track of your days, and I didn't realise it was a Sunday. I would have got up early and come in, but anyway, it is what it is. We'll try and get to Church of Good Shepherd on Tekapo and do a service there hopefully, because that's on my bucket list ticks. So this is a Havelock Holiday Park where I'm staying tonight. I'm a bit early, it's only 11:30, so I might not be able to check in. And we just tucked in here next to the Havelock Marlborough Sounds Marina, which is where all those boats were. So beautiful little spot. I can see, what was that? Mills Bay mussels or something. But anyway, I'll go and see if I can check in if I'm not too early, and at least get up the main street and suss out this Foursquare and see what it's like. Well, this is pretty lucky, but straight up that road's the Foursquare. And I just checked it out. I can definitely do a resupply there. It's not a big shop, but I've got absolutely everything I need, including the backcountry meals. And believe it or not, this is my little cabin. And it's only a cheap little cabin because it's not fully self-contained, no toilets. But I come out of here, and there's a men's bathroom in the kitchen anyway, so it's about as close as self-contained as I can actually get. So I'll check in here, I'll go through what I got, start my shopping list, and yeah, get everything sorted at that Foursquare, which will put me in a position to head off again tomorrow. And I'm going to get to that Pelorus Bridge, and I'm going to try and check in with that Trail Angel who's 10k further south, and try and get past Pelorus Bridge tomorrow. I'll check out the distance and suss it out. G'day everybody, so resupply completely done. yeah, there's a few little things missing. I couldn't get the dried fruit in that I wanted, but as I said, for a little 4 square, you can actually do a resupply from here. They had some of the camp meals, the backcountry meals, and the other brand as well. I can't remember what it's called. So yeah, if you haven't got your bounce box, you can actually resupply here quite well to get yourself through the Richmond Ranges. I've always known this is the biggest food carry, and I've always known that my tent would have to go on the outside of the pack. I've actually had to put the tent and just a little bit of the lightweight food on the outside of the pack just to fit everything in volume-wise. Possibly if I had done a resupply through a Nelson, I could have got the smaller blue backcountry meals with the mince and that. But anyway, it is what it is. I had to get 3 or 4 of the dehydrated meals to see me through. Look, after today, I've got 9 days. So I do my videos 7 days behind. I've got 9 days all going well to get through the Richmonds, and that'll get me into St Arnaud. I'm not doing a resupply at St Arnaud because I've obviously got that little logistical thing to go through and get my replacement pack sorted. So we'll be going through to Nelson. The good news is one of the hardest things for me to do is get videos uploaded for everybody. Nelson will have a Spark, and Spark is brilliant. You just go to the free Spark customer Wi-Fi, and normally it's upload speeds of over 300 megabytes a second. So I'll get those 9 videos up, but you'll be watching this section, and after today's there's probably going to be a 2 or 3 day delay before the Richmond Ranges section starts, and then after that I'm really hoping I'll be able to get through the rest of the South Island without any more gaps in the videos, because I've watched other people do it and it's so nice if it's just a constant flow. So that's what I'm trying my best to do for everybody. But I hope you enjoyed the videos on Queen Charlotte. That was just amazing. It was really hard to capture the beauty in little videos and photos, but I did my best for you. And yeah, we'll get through, get these Richmond Ranges done. Heavy pack tomorrow, but it's the same. All us DIA hikers are in the same boat, and there's a lot of hikers here. This is where we all congregate. Those faster hikers that start later in October and beginning November, they all catch up to the older guys like me at the top of the south, and we've got the northbound hikers coming through as well. Tim just walked through. He's doing this section with a friend of his. His bounce box hasn't arrived, so he might have been leaving at the same time as me and might have ended up doing a bit of hiking with Tim, but probably not to be. It is what it is. He might have caught me in St Arnaud, but then I've got my issues. I've got to go back into Nelson and sort out this pack issue and that, so he'll probably be behind me on this section and slightly ahead of me on the next, but it doesn't matter. There's so many good people out doing this hike, plenty of people to meet and get along with as we go. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you once we get into these Richmonds. Bye.